Psychologists are agreed that there are three aspects of our lives that we need to fulfill. We need to have autonomy, so we need to feel that we're in charge of what we do. We need to feel competent, so we need to feel reasonably good at what we do. And relatedness. We need to have positive relationships with ourselves, with the people around us, and also with our environment. If these criteria are fulfilled, then our natural well-being and our inherent resilience is able to shine through. If not, then life can be difficult for us. How long were you under that bale for?
5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I was very, come on, it's fine, and then crying and like, don't worry, it's fine, and then crying again, and the out of consciousness, and
You went unconscious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you ever think you were going to die?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Pa has had 2 major injuries in the last 11 years. In 2007, she was trapped under a 1-ton silage bale for some 5 hours.
Oh, come on, it's fine.
She spent a week in intensive care, a further 6 weeks in hospital. She then had to relearn how to walk. She was left with a permanent limp, unable to run, and needed to have extensive surgery on both her legs. Then 3.5 years ago, she had a skiing accident in which she sustained brain injuries. She was in a coma for 3 weeks. She nearly died, and she came out of that unable to talk, unable to move the right side of her body. She's regained a lot of the movement, and she's regained some of the speech, but that's still a major hurdle at the moment. How was it when you woke up? What couldn't you do?
Talking and speech and language is very frustrating.
Is it getting better?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And how do you cope with those frustrations?
Walking, paddling, biking, talking.
Yeah? Do you ever get sad?
Yes, exactly. Actually, and lonely, because my, you and the boys and girls like talking, and I was like,
You left out?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Paddling, I was strong, and I was very independent, and I was in charge, really.
Sea kayaking, I think, for Pa was fundamentally in addressing some of those challenges that she had. When she had the titanium plate put on her head, it meant that she could get in her sea kayak, and amazingly, all the neurology of paddling a sea kayak was still there for her. So she could paddle that boat, and her balance was good. She felt competent in a sea kayak. We were rock hopping, she could go through gaps, she could decide whether to go or not to go, so that autonomy was there. And she was related with the environment. She could have seals around her, and she could have all those birds around her, and she could smell the seaweed, and it put her right back there. And that was a real winner, an absolute winner.
Marine conservation and beach clean, and I was passionate all the time of environmental, and I was teenage. Rubbish, like, come on, for God's sake,
So you were concerned about rubbish when
absolutely.
you were a teenager.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. but hopefully on and on the teachers and pupils and little childs.
Yeah, so if we can educate
Yeah,
people,
absolutely. Yeah.
then it'll make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
In 2013, Philippa was awarded Fundraiser of the Year for the Marine Conservation Society, and since then each year we've conducted a number of fundraisers using sea kayaks and using beach cleaning to help raise awareness for the marine environment.
The Isles of Scilly is pristine, but the rubbish all over the place.
How would it be if everybody just changed a little habit?
Absolutely amazing.
What do you think the public would think if people could stand here now with us and see all this?
Horrified. Yeah.
It's pretty difficult to clean a beach and not feel good about it. That links back to our relatedness and the importance of having a positive relationship with our environment.
It's Tempranillo from Spain, and who knew you could get it in a plastic bottle?
Like a giant jigsaw and hot chocolate. That is. I know. Still sealed. It looks alright.
Pa's story is about the human spirit and the wonderful fact that we all have an inherent resilience and a natural well-being, and if we can just allow it to, it'll shine out. What is different with Philippa is that she's not interested in herself. She spends her time thinking about the people around her and about her environment. She spends her time not looking in but looking out. I feel that her greatest challenge has just started, and that is how she can share her passion for the environment with the people around her and encouraging those people to make a change.